giving you those numbers.
All right. On Gaza,
Yes.
what is the situation there, as you understand it, with the GHF and their first shipment or shipments?
Yes. Well, last week we knew there were some numbers. We weren't able to give everybody some specific numbers, but I have some additional numbers for you as well. We have great news to report out of Gaza.
Yes, I came from Gaza City on foot. I left at 5 a.m. to provide a bit of food for my family, and it turned out to be for nothing. Look, they're firing and shooting at us.
I like being able to be asked about it, and we can talk about the numbers that are going in. The Gaza Humanitarian Foundation, under the humanitarian principles of independence and impartiality, has commenced providing life-saving aid to the people of Gaza who desperately need it. Approximately 8,000 food boxes have been distributed so far. Each box feeds 5.5 people for 3.5 days, totaling 462,000 meals.
Starvation and lack of food have made me come here. There is no flour or sugar or cooking oil or anything. I came with my brother and friend and neighbours, but we have received nothing. We are returning empty-handed. The children who are crying at home and wanting flour, we can't provide for them. Famine and starvation have killed us, and we can't do anything. Where are we supposed to go?
And so those are the kinds of numbers, I think, as we're looking at what's important in moving that kind of aid through the area.
Right, but there was apparently some incidents today involving potentially shots being, well, at least warning shots being fired and hundreds
Well,
of
yes, Hamas
civilians
still has weapons. Hamas is in a situation here where all of this could have stopped, of course, if they had released the hostages and put down their weapons, but they refused to do so. They've also rejected ceasefires.
We want food. We are hungry. We are hungry. Our children are dying of starvation. We are all dizzy. We can't stand or sleep or do anything. Who is supposed to bring me aid? I don't have anyone to bring me aid. I want to eat with my children.
So that's without confirming what might be gossip or single reports. The fact of the matter is Hamas has been opposed to this dynamic. They have attempted to stop the aid movement through Gaza to these distribution centers. They have failed, but they certainly tried. The bottom line is, the real story here is that the aid is moving through.
My children, they are breaking me down because I can't provide for them. We the adults can bear it, but the children are crying, telling you, Daddy, I want to eat, I'm hungry. What can you do for them? You can't provide your own food. And these are children. They don't understand.
And in that kind of environment, it's not surprising that there might be a few issues involved, but the good news is that those seeking to get aid to the people of Gaza, which is not Hamas, have succeeded.
Why did I come here? I haven't had flour for 2 months. My children haven't eaten bread for 4 days. I swear to God, they have been sleeping hungry for 4 days. Why are things like this? Why don't they bring the place closer to us? I don't like this mechanism. This is begging. People killed each other, and some of them steal the other. This is barbarism. This has never happened before in Gaza.
And last one, really briefly.
Yes.
I won't take up any more time, but my understanding is that the administration is not particularly happy with the position that the UN and its agencies have taken with regard to these shipments. Is that correct?
Well, it is. From the very beginning, I'd mentioned and we had heard about the resistance by certain NGOs and the UN. It is unfortunate because the issue here is getting aid to Gazans. And then suddenly it moves into complaints about style or the nature of who's doing it.
Because what they're trying to do is they're trying to make all the people in the north walk down to Rafah, you know, in some cases maybe 20 miles, to get them out of the north so Israel can take over that territory. That's what they're trying to do. And she's calling it a stylistic thing. And basically putting them in a cage, basically a concentration camp, is where they're going to get their meal. And, you know, if there's a male, maybe a younger male, they could accuse them of being Hamas.
This problem are taking action and moving it forward. And that's what counts. That's what matters. Yes, Andrea. Yes, ma'am.
Cindy McCain of the World Food Program was on CBS yesterday with a very different narrative. And we are hearing from the ground today, from our reporters and producers and camera crews, that this incident was very serious, that it was not Hamas related. Cindy McCain said that Hamas is not breaking up the food deliveries, that people are starving and there are food riots because people are desperate. And the criticism of the GHF has been that it is not independent or impartial, that it was started by the Netanyahu government with people who are supposedly independent, and that it is only operating in the South, deliberately designed with 4 distribution points in the South in order to have people in the North move south for the aid and therefore accelerate the movement of people.